Oh hey, didn't notice you guys come in. We are going to start things off in a bit of a weird way, jumping into a live operation attack. There are going to be some prizes, there are going to be some free stuff. Prizes, not necessarily the right word, I feel like. Free stuff, giveaways, all about it. Now, Shockiniers are a very, very interesting troop. They do take some lovin' though. I don't see them winning the Proto Cup simply because they don't do a heck of a lot on their own. You definitely need to mix in some other troops, which requires a bit of finessing. The Melaniers, the Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppa, all of those sorts of troops do all sorts of good stuff on their own, so I feel like they are going to win simply because of that. If I had to pick a troop to bring to the Mega Crab, it's not going to be these ladies, unfortunately, but we are going to do our darndest to move all of our mechs on forwards. Not doing a great job, unfortunately. Everspark bringing out that hack, which is going to help us a little teeny tiny bit. And now we have gotten our troops where we need them to be. Took a little bit of time. Those mechs definitely surging on forwards. Too many of our troops have started to go back towards those cells, which is not ideal under any circumstances. But these ladies right in here doing some shockingness. Those mechs also standing in, getting us all sorts of extra goodness. And now we need to move ever so slightly south. Yes, those Shockiniers are keeping that rocket launcher shocked, but now that it's gone, need to move slightly south. And I did say now that it's gone, even though it wasn't completely gone. Getting our troops down south, those Shockiniers dealing with the machine guns fairly poorly. Definitely mechs doing a slightly better job simply because of their extra health. We have cleared 2 critter launchers, a bunch of mortars, a bunch of rocket launchers, and so this strategize is essentially dead. Not sure we're going to have enough damage to finish it off, but definitely getting in, doing some good stuff. Now, it's debatable whether or not we would have been able to do better with simply bombardiers or simply Zookas with some mechs, but that is besides the point. We have completely and utterly crippled Strategize with no rocket launchers on the left-hand side. Definitely doing us a bit of a favor. So we are not going to finish this base off. That is like a 0.01%, showing that a lot of times you can just skip those shields. Looked like someone came down here and tried to do something, not entirely sure what it was, but the right-hand side of Strategize, definitely the answer on this case. Anytime there's fewer rockets on one side, you go to the other side, punching all of the heavy-hitting stuff directly in the face, setting us up with a nice little free snipe. Now, I am going to flare down here, just trying to get rid of a couple extra defenses, losing some troops in the process, but just making that hole a little teeny tiny bit bigger, gonna help that next hitter. Let's be honest, this base is done. I am very tempted to retreat here. I got in a little bit of trouble for retreating on an operation attack yesterday. There are often great reasons to retreat. Too often I see task forces say never retreat. Well, if you're eating cells and your artillery and barrage is too expensive, retreating is sometimes the best option, especially if you're a low to mid level. Now, speaking of task forces, this one right here is Delta 9. We've got one spot. Come play with me. We do either deep cut or massive attack almost every day. It is a great task force. You should come play. But if you're looking for something slightly different, in my Patreon, you have the ability to get your task force advertised. Yes, it does cost money. I personally don't fully understand why people use Patreon. I love it that you do. It is great. It supports me. I still haven't wrapped my mind around it, but Bada. If you're looking for a task force, do go give this one a shot. They are doing Stronghold. They are starting 25 operations per 30 days. That's a pretty darn good number. 8-year-old task force. Do go check it out if you're looking for a random task force for a lot of fun. Speaking of a lot of fun, we have made sure that code ZMod is active in our creator boost. I am going to give away a prize for a different Supercell game, so do stick around for that as well. But first and foremost, you know what? Let's just get into it. We are going to give away one of these from last week. The request last week was you had to tell me what you do in cold months, what you do in summer months, and many of you did enter. So thank you for entering that. It's not that one. It's this one. There's their winners. Ron G from NYC, making his username rhyme. I love to build a snowman in the winter. My daughter built a snowman yesterday that was taller than her, that she could sit on. It was massive. By the way, my back still hurts lifting those giant balls. And going to Cancun during the summer. Wish he was in Cancun. I wish I was there as well, minus the tourists. Cancun's a bit touristy for me. But the backup is Classy 905, ice skating and playing card board games with the fam. Usually don't go anywhere warm in the winter, just stay home and layer up. So again, both of you, I know I think Classy's already in my Discord, but Ron G, link is up there. Moving on forward, we're going to give away one more of these next season. Where the heck did that picture go? Right about there. Giving away one of these, so do stick around for that. Tell you how to enter, how to win. Now, Warships, we are going to focus on this account. Why this account, you might be asking? Because I am going skiing for the weekend, probably parking all of my accounts about now. We're going to get a bit more GBE. This account just unlocked Bombardiers, has been doing Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppa all season long. One of the advantages to having Rocket Choppa this season was you unlocked Rifleman, which gave you remote defib to the max. Now, I have maxed remote defib. That is probably stupid, but I got lots and lots of tokens. We're going to get all sorts of Riflemen out of that. The problem with going HCRC is that you need to spend some diamonds to get Bombardier boost, because I just unlocked Bombardier boost, so we've wasted some diamonds there. Hopefully you're getting 27, 29 diamonds every single day though. We are going to switch back to these guys, and now I've also, if you noticed, with an eagle eye there, I have Laser Rangers maxed. I have not used Laser Rangers at all this season, so we are going to mix in a bunch of Laser Rangers, and you guys get to basically watch me fizzle and watch me make all sorts of mistakes. So do buckle up for that. Already made 23 on this account, so it doesn't really matter where we end up. Already made 24.50 on my other account, so it doesn't matter where that one ends up. Gonna start at 13 and 14, and it just remains whether I can collect those diamond rewards on this one or not. Now, we are going to get a couple extra boats of Bombardiers in here, couple extra boats of Laser Rangers. Gonna go something along these lines. Gonna attack from this left-hand side and just see how things go for us. So let's start out with Bullet and two boats of you guys, throwing this in here with a shock and some critters on that, and then something like this. Again, I have no idea how well this is gonna go. I have not used Laser Rangers at all, but that is half of the fun, I do suppose. So most of our troops have gone towards that left-hand side, which is great news. This right-hand side slowly but surely getting cleaned up. Getting a couple troops off to that right-hand side is ideal. We don't want all of our troops going that way. We are gonna come back on over here and just rely on those critters to do all sorts of good stuff for us. We can also use one of those pink zombie dudes in a second here. This is going to be ugly. I've already told you. I warned you. Look at this. We got one rifleman that's going to do all of our good stuff on that right-hand side. Now we just need some heavies. One heavy. Please turn towards the right. Laser Rangers doing all of the good stuff. Need to clear that right there. Grapplers. This season, more than any other season that I can recall, grapplers are a complete and utter pain in the neck. But Laser Rangers doing great things when they can stay alive. That is the biggest issue, is of course keeping them alive. They have cleared fairly well up the top there. They're clearing fairly well down that bottom section. And now we just need to get rid of that stupid critter launchers. Critter launchers this season are such a complete and utter pain in the butt. But we're doing decently. For my first Laser Ranger hit at 7 engine rooms on a non-clump base, we're doing decent. Fairly happy with this. We're going to drop some extra troops using our good friend, the remote defib. And I had a comment yesterday from someone saying, Zed, you are getting so lucky with matchmaking. Your times against you are so much slower than mine. Oops, apparently we forgot about this engine room back here. I thought we had one dude taking care of that. Where did you go, my friend? I thought we were done. That is one of the downsides to attacking on the YouTubes. You're trying to talk, trying to pay attention, and not necessarily doing a great job. As I have a giant sneeze coming on, and I need to try to attack and mute and all of the rest of the things. Where is the... So just a reminder, by the time this video comes out, you guys have probably gotten in the neighborhood of 22 to 44 to 66 to 88 more keys than when this video was published. So chances are attacks are going to be faster. Defenses are going, like everyone already has all the defenses. Now everyone's backfilling remote defib, 100% troop damage, rifleman, all the rest of the things. So yes, of course, times are going to be faster. Only makes sense. So we're going to, again, stay with this troop combo. Not doing a great job of it, unfortunately. Now, by the way, do throw the remote defib first. That is somewhat critical. That remote defib, throw the defib, then throw the shock, because what that's going to end up doing is getting all of your troops rocking and rolling. You're only going to shock like one of your troops, not a giant deal. Many of our troops have gone towards that right. Some others have gone towards the left. Bullet still alive. We have not kept that stupid grappler from doing its bidding, but we're still doing fairly all right. Don't have any damage on that right-hand side except for riflemen, which might actually be enough if we can keep them alive through that stupid, whatever the heck that's called, machine gun. Bullet, shock knucklesing, probably, oh, he's stuck on that right-hand side now. Bullet is goner. Bullet is a goner, but he might still be able to do something useful for us if he can get a shock knuckles out. He is not going to get one out thanks to that shock blaster. But with Laser Rangers, Bullet not supremely important, should still have a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. We've got some Laser Rangers clearing from that right-hand side. We've got some critters. We have all of the offensive tools, I think. Just a matter of if we can clear all of the rest of this stuff in a decent manner. So far, so good. A terrible attack, but just showing that if you can keep your Laser Rangers alive, which is difficult at the best of times, you can have a decent chance of clearing in a decent time. Definitely not a great time, but who needs great when you can have decent, I suppose, is the moral of today's story. Those critters back there doing all of the work for us, and now that that back engine room is gone, we can throw our flare out, getting all of our artillery, all of our GBE, watching all of our bombardiers die to all of those mines. 142. Again, this is the first time I've used this troop combo, so is it worth maxing your Laser Rangers? Probably, maybe, but it's going to be faster than just using Bombardier, so do give that a shot. Definitely not at the level my other account is at. Where is that one? Let's just have a little scroll. Sadness when I realized that I've fallen out of 24 on that one. And now, speaking of scrolling, a bunch of you have been asking where the global top 500 will likely be. 2 days ago, it was at 22.42. Yesterday, it was at 22.62. So it's moving in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 stars per day. Only 2 days, 14 hours left. So likely going to be in the middle of 23-ish. Obviously, that could change in a big way. But speaking of changing in a big way, let's give away one of those t-shirts again, shall we? So one more time, this is the prize. This is the Red Boom Beach Artillery t-shirt. We are going to try to get Bullet over to this. I think I'm using too many boats of heavy choppas, by the way. I think I need to get one fewer boats, but we are going to drop 1, 2, and a shock there, and then this here, and all of you ladies working towards that left-hand side. We want to go left. That is fairly important. Couple going right, not the worst thing in the world, but we do want our troops to go mostly towards the left. That's going to set us up for the most success. Getting the critters onto that stupid Doom Cannon, getting that right-hand side engine room down so that we can move the heck away. Coming over here, trying our darndest to get away from all of that stuff as our Laser Rangers head on in. Critters are far less scary when you're using Laser Rangers because those critter launchers are going to get absolutely melted. Far fewer concerns there. If you watched my earlier videos, I was literally just barting out those back grapplers. Oh no, I just shocked Bullet. Bullet is a goner now that I've done that. So less than ideal in a big way. Bullet basically gonna die here. Unless, of course, we can get a shock back there. Popping that hot pot up, getting a little bit lucky there. Hot pot up is a great place to be. Bombardier's chucking over the gap. Lots and lots of good things happening here. Even though we completely and utterly botched this attack, look how quickly we're walking through it because of those Laser Rangers. It is just silly how strong Laser Rangers make your attacks. That back section is our #1 concern at the moment. Trying our darndest to keep those troops alive. Shock launchers doing bad things to all of our troops because of course they can't see that gosh darned what's that thing called, heavy choppa. We ended up with a time of 149 on a bad attack. So if you're struggling at all against grapplers, do consider mixing in some of these ladies. Ships Ahoy, a great name, by the way. I have played Ships Ahoy a bunch of times this season, so GG, Mr. or Mrs. or whatever the heck you may go by, Ships Ahoy, great name. Love it when people get creative. Obviously, that's a play on Mr. Christie, I do believe. We're back in 23 in a big way. Sorry, spam call during that monologue. Notice that in season 54, all of the boats since the very beginning of time have said 57 on them. They also say, beware of boom cannon blasts. Do note that anniversary is coming up for Boom Beach, the 10-year anniversary, which will be around season 57. Is that an Easter egg in plain sight? Do let me know what you think about that. Nonetheless, I told you we're going to give away a prize. Season 55 is just around the corner. All you have to do to win that t-shirt is tell me which troop you think will be featured in season 55. And when I say featured, I mean the free troop, like that one we get at the very beginning of the season that you get for free. You don't have to spend keys to upgrade. So I guess maybe the better question or the better phrasing would be, which troop you believe will be free in Season 55. You don't have to be right, just let me know what you think is coming. Is it going to be a proto troop? Is it going to be tanks? Are we going to have another heavy rush season? Don't have to be correct. There's not going to be not even going to be awarded before Season 55 starts, so there's no possible way I can know if you're... Actually, I guess I can with some inside info. Sneak peeks. Do stick around, by the way. If you are new to the channel, sneak peeks every Warship season, or most Warship seasons anyways. Definitely have missed my share of them due to life getting in the way, but... do let me know. As easy as that. If you want to win that Boom Beach t-shirt, all you need to do is comment and say, Zed, I think it's going to be Warriors. That's it. And if you want to give some explanation of why you think it's going to be that specific thing, even better. Speaking of even better, we've got 90% off medics. We are going to go and add a medic to this. Oh, you darn turtle. I wonder if they had green statues. Turtles, green statues, different ways to play Boom Beach. There are many, many, many of them. Speaking of ways to play Boom Beach, don't drop your medics until something besides bullet has taken some damage, or they're going to all run forward and you're going to watch our medics get picked off one by stinking one of them. But these Shockaneer ladies doing all sorts of good stuff for us. They are not super... resilient, so you will lose many of them. All the more reasons why I think people are not going to vote for them in the Proto Cup. And if you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about as far as the Proto Cup, in October, for the next 10 months, we're going to get 2 new Proto Troops every single month. Then you're going to get the ability to vote as to which one we get in the Proto Crab. I don't know if we're going to get 1 or 2 of them, but regardless, you're going to have the ability to vote, so do take some notes. I assume that Heavy Choppas are going to be the odds-on favorite, but if I got the vote, I would be voting for the Meloniers, because I love those giant melons bouncing all over the place. They do so much damage with their shrapnel. They absolutely crush bases, so maybe give them a little bit... Actually, you know what? I should make sure I post a video before the vote. I've been trying to record and keep track of every single proto troop. Not always an option though, unfortunately, so we shall see if I can pull that off or not. Popping that hot pot up, hoping that Shockaneer lady gets a shock off, but you can see that they don't have enough range, so they're sitting there shocking that storage. Little bit unfortunate. Would kind of like it if they could be buffed so they had a bigger radius or only targeted defensive buildings or something, but nonetheless, they are useful in some way, shape, or form. I also talked about how we're going to do a giveaway for Brawl Stars. Jumping over to Brawl Stars for a second, you see I just got into 36,407 points, not trophies I should say. If you use code ZMOT in your shop over way over in here, I have got a prize for you. They just started doing this plus mode season, Brawl Pass Plus. Let me know in the comments who is your favorite brawler, and I am going to give one of you a Brawl Pass Plus. So I know I suck at doing Brawl Stars videos, or at least releasing Brawl Stars videos, but do know that I play Brawl Stars. I've got code ZMOT, a club in Brawl Stars, yada yada yada. Do consider joining my Discord if you play Brawl Stars. We are now going to jump over to Imitation. You know what? I'm going to see if Operation Attack first. Let's see if I've got one. Okay, this is going to be ridiculous. As you can see here, I've got only 4 landing crafts. That is for dumb reasons. This account never ever gets rated because of this exact cloud opening. Never ever ever get NPCs. If you're curious about that, do hit me up in the comments or check the cards. If you don't know where the cards are, also hit me up in the comments. We are going to attack Rogue. It is going to go poorly. It is going to be somewhat hilariously bad. Let's see how much health that has. Let's get a barrage to get rid of, hopefully, that laser, just showing that low levels attacking high level operations does not tend to go very well. We are going to pick up a couple extra GBE over here, because why the heck not? On Rogue, I tend to pick up about 3 cells on that left-hand side on accounts that don't have bombardiers. I don't necessarily recommend eating cells as a low-level player, but sometimes when you're recording a YouTube video, it's acceptable. Otherwise, probably shouldn't do so. We are going to send all of our troops over here. We are going to send them into harm's way in a big way, flaring up into there, dropping the rest of our troops, keeping the delay, I hope, and I don't have high hopes for this attack, but maybe, just maybe, we'll pull off something magical, and worst case, you guys will be here to see it. If it, oh, we already lost the delay. Speaking of delay, I am going to have to use 3 shocks, I do believe. We're going to shock there and there and there. Laser, ladies, those Shockeneers doing great things for us. As you can see, they are shocking those laser beams, getting all sorts of value out of these ladies, but are they shocking enough? We're going to find out right about now as those shocks expire. Danger, danger. Those boom cannons picking off the ladies from behind, but come on, low levels coming in and crushing 2 laser beams, 5-ish rocket launchers, just showing off the ridiculous power of smoke. We probably wouldn't need these Shockeneer ladies at the moment. We're probably out of the range of most of these things, but just having them as an extra security blanket works out pretty darn well. Let's move them a little bit out of the range of those boom cannons if we can. And now we'll see if that flamethrower needed shocking. Okay, not bad. I am fairly happy with this. Would like to get a barrage so we can clear some mines on that right-hand side. That is all I'm going to do, though. I talked earlier about knowing when to retreat. Right about now, as a low level, eating cells, not ideal. So this is where you got to know when to fold them. We're going to get one more barrage, and then we're just going to get the heck out of the way. So we got that barrage. We're going to clear all the mines around that right there, waiting for the barrage to finish. Unlucky barrage. I can't even believe that mine stayed there. But we have set it up for a max level player to come in and clear that entire right-hand side, throw all of their GBE on that back left rocket launcher, maybe on that rocket launcher below the core. I am pretty darn happy with that. You can't tell me you expected it to go that well. If you did, then thank you for the faith. Let's do Warships on this account. This account is sitting in gold, barely. I have just dropped troops and hope on this account. All I'm doing is collecting chests on this account. If you're not playing Warships, this is a great way to get some intel for your task force very quickly and win in certain instances. So, we are just going to do the exact same approach I've been doing over and over and over again, and that is this one. Dropping our troops, getting some second wins out, and then I just wait a little bit for those mechs to get slightly forward, and then it's just drop all of our Seekers. Seekers don't require a ton of skill, but you can bring skill to them if you so wish. I am not bringing skill to them in this instance. I am literally just using those mechs to distract the shock launchers a little bit. Then we'll throw one smoke there and then one smoke there, trying to keep them alive. Let the shock launchers turn back towards the front. And now we have cleared that entire right-hand side engine room. Our Seekers are going to probably run to the back. That is a good thing, and now we just need to keep them going. Bit by stinking little bit, keeping them going. They are going to get absolutely decimated on these back mines. It is going to be awful. But some of them are going to keep moving, and that is our number one goal at the moment, is keeping one of the Seekers alive, maybe a couple more than that. Look at these boom mines just eating up our troops. Medkits do absolutely nothing on Seekers. We are going to lose, but you can see we managed to get 3 engine rooms down. That is enough to move our chest counter forwards. I know you think some of you are just shaking your heads right now, but that is the amount of skill required to play Warships to claim some chests for your task force. It's dumb. It's silly, but it kind of works at times as well. Giving away some victories, not the worst thing in the world. And as you can see, it goes up and down. Somewhere around that gold rank, people have good enough bases that you can't just do full-on, completely stupid things. So we are going to get, again, this is where those mechs and their shocking abilities doing some good things for us. We have devolved into the stupid, my friends. I am fully aware of that, but Warships doesn't have to be all skill all the time. We are probably gonna be able to get a couple engine rooms here. Just need that hot pot down for starters, and now the rest of our Seekers coming in, eating up all sorts of engine rooms as we try to clear that final shock mine. Down goes that engine room, getting our troops moving. That was supposed to be an extra smoke there, but did not get a heck of a lot of value from it, so Seekers still moving forwards. Their last 2 engine rooms are very clumped, and if we can get through the majority of these defenses underneath that shock launcher, there should be a little bit of a blind spot, and we might even be able to pull off the victory. Very unlikely victory. But as you can see here, we've got Seekers coming in, and it looks like we might just pull it off with those corner Seekers. 2 minutes 38, not the fastest time, but just showing that even ridiculous silliness can work at times. Seekers, a great way to get into gold, and obviously, if you have enough defenses, you can slow your opponents down. Like, the fact that we beat Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppa, a little bit ridiculous. Was really hoping that we were going to pull off a win there, because it would have been even worse if we just lost. Stupid, dumb attacks. Give them a try. They do work at times. Speaking of stupid, dumb attacks, we are going to end with Imitation Game. Need to get all of the intel from the Imitation Game, and then I'm going to call it a day. This video not going to be nearly as long as some Friday videos. The mountains are calling. Lots and lots of powder here. We book, because of how few lodgings there are at our local ski hill, we book in August and just hope that there's going to be snow. It looks like there might be snow this weekend. The base is 75 centimeters yesterday. If for those of you who know anything about skiing or snowboarding, that is awful, but there is the potential for a big dump of snow this weekend, so cross your fingers for us. It's one of those things where, worst case, we just sit in the mountains and watch the kids go sledding. Also had some comments from some of you who thought I was 19. I realize that at times I can be or sound immature. I am old. I got 3 kids. My oldest, and to be fair, I started having kids fairly young. I come from a long line of teenage pregnancies, is one of my favorite things to say. I was not. We did not do the teenage pregnancy, but my kids have had at one point great grandparents, which not many people can say these days. So pretty darn lucky for them. Keeping moving forwards on Imitation Game, though. We have lost 0 troops because of huge amounts of skill displayed by me, so hopefully you're taking notes on how to be a max player against low-level imitation. That is fully tongue-in-cheek. So for review, let's go over what we've talked about in this video. Number 1, do give Laser Rangers a go. You don't have to max them. You can try them at tick 1, but you're going to have better success keeping them alive if you do max them. They are bunches of tokens, though. Shockeneers, mix them in. They are a lot of fun, but sometimes they can be a little bit fragile. I will not be voting for them in the Proto Cup. I will be making a video on the Proto Cup in the next little bit because there have been a bunch of questions about that. I also hate mentioning what I'm going to be making videos on because someone ends up watching my videos and sniping the story, so it's a good time to see who is copying Zedmot to see if someone brings out a Proto Troop video all of a sudden out of nowhere. Has happened way too many times. These things happen though, at least someone's covering it, I do suppose. Now, our Zookas are all about to die. This is not how you should be playing with Zookas, but I do have instant training, so it really, really doesn't matter all that terribly much. As you can see by the fact that shock launcher not doing a heck of a lot of damage. They do have boosted blues, but I bet you if you click on those, they aren't actually boosted. Imitation Game has been bugged and broken for years. Supercell, in March, I really do hope that there is a giant 10-year anniversary update and you re-envision the weekly cycle of evil. Also, side note, I am constantly brainstorming. I constantly wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning with things that I think should be added to Boom Beach. I then refine them, run them by a few very, very smart people who can also help me refine them, and then I write them up in a way that Supercell can use and implement. So I've seen a couple times lately where people have said, oh, you know what would be cool if you could see the ability that is selected on Warships like you can on the main base. I have already written that up. I've already photoshopped it. I've already created screenshots. I send so many things to Supercell on your behalf, so if you're looking for a reason to use code ZEDMOT, that is the #1 reason right there. I am fighting for you guys. Just know that Nuno is also fighting for you guys. This is not just like me fighting with Nuno or something like that. Nuno may not be the community manager who's sitting on the casting couch or the dev couch giving dev updates, or he's not the flashy public Twitter person or X or whatever the heck you want to call it, but he is in the background fighting for Boom Beach. So please do try to be civil with Nuno. I know we don't always get the results that we would like from the dev team, but in the last little bit, the dev team has been doing great things. I think season 53 and 54 are some of the best seasons from a feature perspective. The tech tree, sure, yes, that is always going to be an issue, but really liking the new features brought to Warships the last little bit. Come on, Zuka, clear a mine for us. Another reason to retreat, just getting rid of mines, a great way to go. This video is getting long in the tooth. We are going to just throw all of our GBE towards that headquarters engine room outpost. Down it goes. Imitation Game gone. And we picked up some intel for our task force in the process. So if you're looking for a task force, do check the description. Go join Bada as well. Also, if you're curious about who the heck is helping support this channel, do watch the end screen. All of them are listed there. Let's see how many intel we got from that. In a couple attacks, in 5 minutes, we got 1, 2, 3 intel. Not bad. That's faster than you would get on Warships, so at least there's that. We are also going to pick off these easy targets, getting all of the possible intel for the task force, and also hoping that March brings us some new task force goodness. And by the way, I say March, that is the Boom Beach anniversary. I assume that is their internal deadline, but who the heck knows? There are some exploits and bugs that have been raised amongst the community, so I'm sure they have some other fires to put out too. Keep Zedmot in that creator boost in all your Supercell games. I'll talk to you soon. Comment with what troops coming next season, what your favorite brawler is. I shall talk to you soon. Congrats to the t-shirt winners, and congrats to those of you who win next week. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in.
Peace.